we are. Hopefully this will all record. I can't honestly see what you can see. Here's this piece I've been working on. It's a piece for a challenge group that we have here on Facebook called Having Fun for the Sake of It, which is meant to really just prove that you don't have to pre-plan and spend hours, days, months making things. You can rattle something up really quite fast if you want to. And that's what this piece is. So Nora Stoker had set us a title of, no, not Midsummer Madness, Midsummer Heatwave or Summer Heatwave, something along those lines. And I'd bought these Asari silk pieces from Steph Francis at Festival of Quilts. I was very restrained. That's all I bought actually, was those 2 packs and a couple of paints to try out. So I thought I would use those for this challenge. And I've gone for a pot of flowers being one of my favourite things. And this is looking very bright and cheerful. I've done it with the Asari silks. And then I've gone back in and added a lot of emphasis with Neo Colour crayons, which I've got here. These are Artist's Wax crayons. They're not oil based, they're not smelly. They are very, very pigment rich, and they mean I can tweak the colours around a lot to add emphasis. So I've added emphasis to the flowers, and I've added some shaping to the pot to make it look a bit of a fat boy. And I like this very much as it is, but I wanted to show you, because at this point, this is where people often trip. I'm going to get a lot of crayon on my hands because I haven't sealed this yet. People don't want to continue now because they think it looks nice and you're worried about spoiling it, and that's valid in a lot of ways. But you know, if you never get beyond that, you'll never try new things. And I wanted to do something as well, which I've never done before, because I want to get across to you that the way to do most things in life is to have a go. I've just seen a great big loose thread there. We'll just have that boil out. Is to have a go. And don't take it too seriously. You know, this is, I mean, I do take my art seriously, but this is art at the end of the day. It's not a World War III, thank goodness. So I can have a go at this, and if it all goes wrong, you know what, this has taken me a day and a half to make so far. I could just do it again. So I'm going to have a go. What I thought would look nice is that kind of sketchy outlining that I've seen on things in black. I've seen it on quite a lot of artwork, and it seems very much a style. I've not seen it quite on one as bold as this, so I don't know if it'll work. And I haven't actually done that sort of stitching before either. And it doesn't really feed into my strengths because I tend to be more of, I wouldn't say meticulous, but really loose, sketchy and off the lines isn't me. I'm a Virgo at the end of the day. So, but you know, in for a penny, in for a pound, I'm going to have a go. And just to add to all the other things, I'll do it on the camera. So I've got my machine threaded up I've got a very dark grey thread, actually not completely black, because I think that might look nicer. I've got it set on free motion quilting. I'm just going to move it a little tiny bit because where I've got the tripod's meant I'd move my chair. It's my old Janome Memory Craft 6600. This certainly would be nice on one of your lovely huge machines, Saeed. It would be very nice to be working there, because as you can see, I've got a limitation of size here, but this is only a small piece, so I can probably manage. And anyway, I haven't got an awful lot of choices right now because I would like to get this finished, and your lovely big machine isn't here. So let's go for it. So I'm thinking loose, sketchy, black, round all the features on this. So I'm going to start as I always do. Let's start with the biggest flower and the petal that shows the most. Why wouldn't I? So down with my thing, I've got black. Now, the other thing I ought to explain here is I just cleaned my machine. I clean it every couple of bobbins. And I thought I'll clean it before I start doing this because I've done a lot of thread work with it this afternoon. And I like to clean it with a paintbrush like this because I can get further down into it. Do you know what's coming here? Well, here's the paintbrush I was using, and as you can see, it's missing the metal end and the brush bit, and that's because it came off and got stuck in the machine. And as I tried to get it out with a pair of pliers, it fell down into the bottom. So this could all go horribly wrong, and this could start making an awful noise, because I strongly suspect it's not good for my machine to have a loose paintbrush in the bottom. But I'm hoping it'll just hang on while I do this. If not, I'll just have to change to another machine. But anyway, let's have a go. Right, 5 minutes in, I haven't stopped waffling yet. I can see Footy next to me, which means we may well get a Milo entrance, but let's see how this goes. So I've got my darning foot on my machine, feed dogs down, black thread in. I'm aiming for a loose sketchy look. Off we go. Off we go. I've got my speed about midway on this machine. I think I told you before. Oh, my battery's going to run out. Don't it dare. Don't it dare. Go off, speed. Well, let's hope it doesn't. We'll get going and see how we get on. Right, off we go. Do I change my battery? Haven't got time. Right, off we go. So I'm thinking around the edge here. I'm not too bothered about hitting exactly. In fact, I actively don't want to hit exactly. Should I change my battery? Surely it's only on it's flashing orange. Looks like it's got a bit left on it. So let's see how it gets on. Right. So round I go, and I'm going to go round again. It's not showing a lot. I may have to go around a few times to get what I'm thinking of here. Let's go around twice. And let's just go back over that top bit again. Helps here that I haven't got my glasses on, which is making it extra sketchy because I can't actually see what I'm doing. And I think on this petal there was a piece down there, so that adds to down here, and I'm going to cut and move to the next petal. I think I like that. I'm going to add one of those down there. I'm just waiting for the camera here to go off mid-video, which will be really annoying, but anyway, you'll get what we get. You can see my extra, yes, I've now got Milo under my leg. That's certainly made for some loose sketchy stitching there. There's a big, what I would call the dot bump there. I like this. Hope you can see the difference it's making here. These are the two petals I've stitched, and it's just putting that, let's trim off that black thread out of the way. I've lost the black thread now, saw it a minute ago. Oh, we'll trim it off in a minute. It's just giving that, it's just adding a bit of extra emphasis. Right, cut and back onto this one. And the thing I want you to really want to prove here is don't be nervous. Just have a go at things. It makes it so much more fun. Because the truth is, I could do samples to get myself used to doing sketchy, messy stitching. And I could try it on samples of pots of flowers, but do you know what? I get really bored of doing samples, not like anybody else, but I do. So to me, I'd much rather do it on something that's actually a piece of work and hope for the best. And if this went wrong, well, I would find a way of sorting it out, because this is collage. This is definitely adding what I wanted. It is adding emphasis. Those three petals are done, these aren't. It's adding that kick up around the edge. Yeah, I would find a way of sorting it. I'd probably colour it in, or I could collage back over the top, or I could do something. And as I say, even if I had to start again, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I could still use these sari silks, because I could just cut this up and use bits of it. Don't be so terrified. I know some of you have said you've got pieces that you've done here on workshops with me and you haven't stitched them yet because you're nervous, and I understand that. I was too. Tell yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is you make a right old tart up of it, and so what? So what? It doesn't matter. Right, let's go around this one. This is looking good, and I would say 9 times out of 10, if you let your gut speak to you and tell you, you won't go far wrong. Because you know, and the more, this is where I encourage students and you to play in sketchbooks, to cut and stick things out, to colour in, because you then learn what you like, what you don't like, how you like things. Now, I don't recall this, but I highly possibly have seen this somewhere recently, some black sketching, or maybe I've seen somebody doing black outlines and watercolour. In fact, I'm just thinking, I think my friend showed me a piece that another friend's daughter had done for her birthday or for something, and it was, I think it was black ink coloured in with watercolour, so maybe that's where this thought's come from. Who knows, doesn't really matter. Just play though, and thoughts will come, and you train your eye. That is looking really good. That one has so much more punch now than this one. So let's do this middle. Really pleased with this. So I hope the video will keep going, because I reckon I can get a fair bit of this done in half an hour on here. Get out of the way. This is Saeed. I need your machine. I'm hitting the thing. It's getting on my nerves. I'm thinking of going possibly to the Harrogate show this weekend. It's a bit tricky because, well, A, I'm a bit of a nightmare on the poor man's stand, and B, I've got a lot of work to do, so I don't know, but I did so enjoy that big machine. It was a joy. Right, let's do this one. Let's get this flower done. So round we go. I'm making an effort for me not to hit the sides because I want it loose. And I'm making an effort to make my 2 lines of stitching not meet up too evenly. So that it does have that nice sketchy look to it. That's what I'm after. That's what's in my mind. And we'll just finish that thread and go on to this one. The thread cutter on this is a really useful feature for me, because I'm not doing the old, I'm not machine quilting here, let's be very clear. I'm not trying to keep my threads unovercrossed, if that makes any sense to you whatsoever. So I'm quite happy to cross my threads, and I'm quite happy to keep cutting and moving to where I want them. This is looking good. This is exactly how I wanted it to look. I'm so pleased. Oh, the battery's still hanging on. It's still hanging on in there. Milo's laid down. Everything's looking good, the world's on our side. And what a bit of good news about my CT scan. I didn't even really mention to you that I was having that done. That was on my head because, well, A, I've been getting a lot of headaches, and B, I've been so scatty about things. Now you may say, well, Hilary, what's news? And true enough. But I felt I was even worse than usual. So anyway, the doctor decided to scan and check, and of course these things are on one's mind, so I'm so relieved there's nothing wrong there. I am just in fact scatty and disorganised. So much better than any other conclusions come to there. Let's turn that, this one. This is again where I wish I had a bigger machine. Even on a little piece like this, it would just save me a bit of hassle. But there you go. You can't have everything in life, can you? You can't have everything in life. Hope you're enjoying my HQ16 tree. I sort of wish I'd still got it, but on the other hand, I wasn't using it, so really pleased with that. And I encourage you to say this to yourself a lot. Pleased with what you're doing, for goodness sake, tell yourself. Don't think that's big-headed or arrogant. It isn't. It's just encouraging to your artist. Your artist is young and enthusiastic and childlike and loves being told, wow, that looks good. They really like it. Okay, so that's the flowers, and I think it looks so good. I think we've got to go on and do the rest of the piece. So let's do these grasses. We'll just trim that out. See how much I can get done before the camera goes off. Now, who was I watching doing a video recently? Can't remember, but it was all done in pretty much silence, which was, well, that's a fabulously sketchy line, isn't it? I've completely missed there. Talk about brilliant sketchiness, Hilary. Well done you, girl. Really sketchy. I'll just fill that in. And I thought maybe I should do that. Maybe I should shut up and just let you watch what I'm doing. And then I thought, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Can't imagine it. Could just put you on some nice music, I suppose, and we could listen to that. But again, I think maybe not. Right, I'm getting too neat there. Let's go for another complete sketchy mess. That's a lovely sketchy mess. Hot tips from the workplace here. If you normally machine with glasses on, which I do because I need them for the to actually see the machine stitches, take them off if you want to do loose stitching. It really helps. Gosh, this looks like the watercolour. I am so impressed with myself. Yes, I am. So pleased with this. Look at the difference again on these leaves, just where I'm picking it up in the black. I'll do you a close shot of the whole thing at the end. Oh, the battery's still hanging on. 14 minutes through, I've got about 10 minutes. It's not, I don't think I'll quite get it done, but I don't think I'll be far off. Oh gosh, I'm loving this. New technique, new technique. Well, for me anyway. Well, and I don't know that I've seen anybody do it on this sort of work. I've seen people do it as an element in itself. Poppy Treffery springs to mind with her gorgeous tea towels for Betty's, and lots of other artists do this sort of sketchy line stitching. I don't know that I've seen anybody do it to outline collages, but I'm absolutely loving it. It looks really good. It just does exactly what I wanted. Loosens it all up and adds emphasis. And one of the reasons this needs emphasis is I've used a lot of very brightly coloured fabrics together, as I do tend to like to, which I've worked to get the contrast, because I've worked, my students would tell you, in complementaries here. So I've got blues and greens against pinks and oranges, which is giving some emphasis, but even so, it can still use a bit more, and that's what this is doing very nicely. And I will, when I've finished all of this, seal all of this with acrylic wax, so that, so that the crayon stays put. And it's all sealed up and protected. It's an issue for textiles, preserving them. I'm going to do some more of these. Got the Language of Flowers exhibition at the Needle Museum starting on, could be the 4th of September, something like that. I'll put the date up properly. Anyway, I'm taking work over next week, and I'm just thinking if I did another couple of these, I could have a nice little triptych of these to go. And look at that, I'm just so pleased with how that's kicked up. 10 minutes, come on, can we do the pot in 10 minutes, or 9 minutes really? It is now. Let's get rid of those threads. Let's not rush, chaps. Sketchy, sketchy. Okay, so here on the pot, I really am thinking, imagine I've got a pencil in my hand, what would I do? I was wanting just to emphasise this pot a bit. I think just with a pencil, that's a bit of what I do, and I suspect I'd come down its sides and emphasise those bits. Yep, I'm liking that. Oh, I'm liking this a lot. Oh, completeness stitch, it rammed against the side there. And this machine does have, I think it's a 9 or 11 inch thread, I can't remember. I think 9, could be 11. I could measure it, but we're in the middle of something. Maybe around the top again, just to give that a bit more emphasis. Down the side, back across there. Down this pot, liking that and liking that again. I hope you can see how it's just kicking this all up very nicely for me. Doing exactly as I hoped it would, which is very nice when that happens. Very nice when that happens. And it makes it worth the times when it doesn't happen, so the more you do, the more you work, the more you'll be able to guess what certain things will do and have a reasonable guess, and be not far wrong. It's just experience and playing and doing them. I'm going to put a bit more on the bottom here. I want to just finish the bottom. It's underneath here. Let's get that. And then let's just put some black into some of these pieces that I've put across the bottom. Certainly get, and so I'm emphasising really a plain level for this to sit on, which is why these pieces are here, because pots in mid-air are a bit unnerving really. They need something to settle them on. So let's put a bit of a scribble there. What I would call this is scribbling with my sewing machine. I like doing it. So let's tie off and have a look at that. I'm just going to move the machine a bit so I can see. Get that bit thread off there. Right, little tangle there. Oh, I've just missed a bit there. I'm going to go in and do that. But I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. I might put a few more bits on here. Although I don't know, because I haven't done loads on the flowers, have I? I'm just going to go in and do that bit. I've got 5 minutes. See what I can do in 5 minutes. Good old battery hanging on there, hey? So I just need to do that missed piece of green grass up here. I don't want to overdo this either. But I am sort of thinking, could I do just a little bit more lining on these, on the edges perhaps? Just while I'm here, I've got a bit of time. Maybe I shouldn't have done, who knows? Let's see. Sort of mimics a bit what I've been doing. Adds all emphasis, doesn't it? I like it, I like it. I'm liking this. There's something deeply satisfying as well about when you put your big girl's pants on and had a go at something and it works. It is a very satisfying feeling. Because it's easy to play safe. But if we all played safe, A, there'd be no new techniques ever evolved, and B, it would be very boring. So I would encourage you not to just remember it doesn't matter too much. Just enjoy yourself. And also remember that one person's love is another person's hate. That's so frequently true as well. Do I put some bits up the middle? No, let's finish what I'm doing first, shall we? Oh, just got a few minutes left. See what I can do in that. Yeah, it's surprising how quick, you see, the whole of this thing has probably taken under 10 hours, I would think, anyway. And 10 very happy hours, 10 very happy hours. I wouldn't mind if this is all I ever get out of this, I can live with that. I'm thinking we could put some, I'm assuming this is an orchid of some sort. We could put some, what about some dingle danglers with big black balls on them? Or a lily, I think it's a lily. Oh, liking those. There's an inspired thought. How happy is that idea? How pleased am I with that? Answer on a plate, on a plate? Answer on a postcard, I think. I like that a lot. I'm going to put another one in there. I like that very much indeed. I think it's probably made up flower, which probably in terms of the language of flowers means I can make up its meaning too, doesn't it? That is lovely. Can you see that in the middle there? Or is the thing in the way? Really like that. Okay, so we've gone around the edges of that. Let's cut there, just do this little one down here. A little bit of extra on that so that it all matches. And then, got a minute, let's go and do this one. Let's put some diddly squat bits on this because I really liked those. So balls on here. Yeah, I like those. That was a very happy thing. Try to think of your sewing machine like this as a pencil. You're just drawing with it. You're just enjoying yourself. Stitch quality doesn't matter. All that matters is the marks you're making and that they are the marks you want to make. The more you do of it, the better you'll get at it. And the more likely you'll be able to predict what sort of marks you're going to get, which helps a lot. Again each time because I don't want to join all these, and just adding a few extra bits at the top of the flowers. Cut. Same on this one. That's it. And on this one. Going to run out in a minute, 24 minutes, hardly much left. Hardly much left. Go in there. Okay, so I now think because I have put a bit more onto the flowers, I could afford to have a tiny bit more on my pot as well. See if I can get that in just before we run out. I'm going to just do it. So a few more in here like this. So I'm just thinking, sketching it, nice round shape, giving it a nice fat tummy. And I'm going to turn, I think, and put some of this down here. I've also machined lovely patterns in the back of here. I'm sort of tempted to put one of those on in black, but I certainly haven't got time to do that while you're watching. Maybe I won't, maybe I'll just leave it. Maybe I am in risk of over-egging the pudding if I don't soon. Okay, let's have a look at that. There's the machine. I think that looks great. I'm going to press that and then I'm going to seal it with acrylic wax, and I'll take a final shot for you so that you can see it. Let me hold it up a bit so that you can see. Hopefully you can see there the threads, the black thread markings on things. It's useless, aren't I? I'm absolutely hopeless, but never mind. Right, I'm going to turn that off and upload this now. Talk to you